In this clip, we're going to focus in unit conversion. From the recent session, we looked at physical quantities and scientific notation. By the end of this session, you will be able to compare various measurement systems, convert one unit to another, and solve measurement problems. We will look at conversion of units in this session. Let's take one for example. How many pounds are there in 5 kilograms of apple? To do that, we have to look at the conversion factor from metric to English system, and that's 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. To get the final answer, we must apply cancellation method to make sure that the unit we want remains from the equation, while making sure that other units are similar in both the numerator and denominator for which to be cancelled. Let's see it in action. First, we write the given value, write the conversion factors as follow. Since kilogram is already in the numerator, we have to place kilogram in the denominator. Now let's take a peek at the conversion table to see if there is a direct conversion from kilogram to pounds. And there it is. That's 1 kilogram is equal to 2.2 pounds. Just put the values into the equation, then multiply. As you can see, since kilogram occurred both in the numerator and denominator, we can now cancel these units. And so, we are left with pounds as our final unit. Try to answer on your own before proceeding. Let's check. Apply the operations, that's 5 kilograms times 2.2 pounds. We will ignore the ones from the denominator and we will get the answer that is equal to 11.02 pounds. Okay, let's try another one. In a day, workers can knit 5 kilometers length of fabric. How many meters in an hour can they make? Try to solve for the answer before proceeding. Okay, let's check. To answer, we must examine the given, and that's 5 kilometers per day. And then examine what is required from the situation. And according to the problem, we are asked to convert the given into meters per hour. Now, what's next? Get the conversion factors right. Now, let's solve. Examine the sequence as we do the solution. As you can see, we did it by taking one unit at a time. We always refer to the conversion factor, take note of the units to be cancelled, apply the necessary operations, and we will get 210 meters per hour as the answer. Did you get the same answer? Now, that's conversion from one system to another with derivative quantities. The easiest conversion by far is the metric system as it uses the base 10 system. Let's take an example. Convert a kilometer to millimeter. We can do the long method of conversion like the one that we used previously, or simply use the mnemonic King Henry died after drinking chocolate milk. Here's how it works. We only have to move the decimal point from left to right if the unit gets reduced, and move from right to left for increasing value. King refers to kilo, and milk for millimeter. Let's look at the conversion factor. King Henry died after drinking chocolate milk. Let's apply the same concept to the problem. That's King, since we were given kilometer as the initial unit, and continue with Henry died after drinking chocolate milk. We end up with milk, as milk refers to millimeter. What value did we end up with? That's 1,000,000 millimeter, which means for every kilometer of length, there's 1,000,000 millimeter of it. To check, let us look at the usual conversion. And now, we end up with the same value. Now let's quickly introduce a simple concept, significant digits. With significant digits, we use the term round up or retain, depending on the required number of digits. For numbers preceded by 5 to 9, we add 1, and for values preceded by 0 to 4, we retain the value. For example, round 1.40445 meters per second to 5 significant values. we will get 1.4045 meters per second. Now let's round the answer to 3 significant values. We will get 1.40 meters per second. As you can see, we add 1 or retain the values depending on the number preceding the required significant value. Now that you've learned the basics, you are now ready to take the next session. To recap, you learned about the comparison among various measurement systems, converting one unit with another, and solving measurement problems involving unit conversion, scientific notation, and significant digits. Remember that in solving problems, you have to simplify the process. Find the simplest means possible. That's it for this clip. I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, and see you again on the next one.